now, without further ado, I shall read you A Time and a Place in its entirety. Yeah, we have time for that, right? Okay. So in this passage, the hero of the book, Barnabas J. Wildebert, and his friend Peter Humphrey are taking a cab to try to save Barnabas's sister from a terrible accident. I don't think there's anything in the way of spoilers here, hopefully. We invaded the cab before it could come to a full stop. Samuel's Coffee House on Water Street, I barked at the cabbie. As fast as you possibly can. It's literally a matter of life and death. The cabbie, Jack Poirier, according to the license strapped to the back of the passenger seat, regarded me placidly in the rearview mirror. Even in my distress, I could not help but marvel at the thick black unibrow that loomed over his eyes like a well-fed caterpillar. Life and death, he repeated in a pleasant baritone. Got it. He placed his Nissan Rogue into drive and began puttering his way down the street as though driving a hearse in a funeral procession. I stared at him in disbelief. Can't you go any faster? I'm telling you, there's a life at stake here. Speed trap at the bottom of the street. He fumbled around for something in the pocket of his plaid fleece jacket, turned it to be a yellow lollipop. He ripped the plastic wrapper off the lollipop with his teeth, spit it into the seat beside him, and plopped the lollipop in his mouth. Sure enough, seconds later we passed a police cruiser partially concealed in a church parking lot. It ignored us. Safely past, Jack turned onto Victoria and stepped on the gas. I clutched Katerina's helmet tightly in my lap, feeling like I could barely breathe as the abrupt acceleration forced me back into my seat. Worse, the air freshener in the cab was gassier than the lingering traces of vomit it failed to conceal. And of course, there was the matter at hand. According to Ridley, Katerina had gone to the liquor store in the waterfront mall to fetch a bottle of Beaujolais before her date. There wasn't enough time to intercept her there. Humphrey and I had no choice but to head straight to the accident site. Our plan was simple: prevent Katerina's death by whatever means necessary. Raindrops splattered against the windshield. Jack turned on the wipers. Sebastian, how are we doing for time? I asked. Katerina's accident will occur in 3 minutes and 37 seconds, Sebastian told me. Darn it, I said not enough time. We'll make it, Humphrey assured me. I stared out the window at the rain. Doctor, if we do manage to save my sister, when we save her, right? When we save her, it's going to change things. I worry that, it would be unthinkable not to try to save her, but what about... I trailed off, not sure I wanted to pursue the thought. You're worried about changing the future for the worse, Humphrey said. It's true, there's a lot we don't know. But we do know this, that when we save her, Ridley won't go to live with you, he won't find the book, and he won't go through the gate. And neither you nor I will go through the gate after him, I said. Exactly. But what? Forget it, I said. My responsibilities extended to Ridley and my sister, and that was all. Jack was staring at us in the rearview mirror, his unibrow deeply furrowed. He opened his window a crack, threw his lollipop out, and rolled the window back up. I get it, he said. You're time travelers. On a mission to save someone. Well, good thing you found me. The speed limit on Granville is 40. Jack was soon doing 100. I've been driving in this town a long time, he said. That's how I know it takes 5 minutes to get to Samuel's Coffee House from High Street. You need to be there in less than 4. Lucky for you, I can get you there in 3. He caught up to a red Sienna, slowed briefly, then stepped on the gas and passed it. Next up was a Jeep. Granville Road only has 2 lanes, so there's no shoulder on the right-hand side. Oncoming traffic prevented him from passing on the left. To my astonishment, Jack passed the Jeep on the right, which meant driving on lawns. You're nuts, I observed, my fingers claws in the upholstery beside me. Jack chuckled. This from a man claiming to be from the future. He deked around a telephone pole before maneuvering bumpily back onto asphalt. We do need to get there alive, Humphrey pointed out. Without killing anyone in the process, I added emphatically. Shut up, Jack said, and hang on. I shut up and hung on as he negotiated what should have been an impossible right turn onto Green Street without slowing down. I braced myself for an unpleasant collision with the YMCA. We missed it by that much. Turning left onto Central, at least 2 wheels left the ground. The light was with us at Notre Dame, allowing us to roar down Central at something resembling the speed of sound. The old post office was a blur on the left, Linklater's restaurant a flash on the right. And then we arrived at our destination in what I couldn't deny had to be record time. Jack placed the Nissan in park and turned to face us. That'll be $10 if you please. Except you don't have any money, do you? He was right. I hadn't taken any with me. How did you know? I asked. Jack shook his head sadly. Time travelers never do.